Hello students, today I am going to give you a brief idea about an important topic, that is socio-religious movement of 19th century India. Both 6th semester major and past course students can follow this. So let's begin or let's start. 19th century India witnessed several socio-religious movements. Main intention of this movement was to reform and revive the Indian society. At that time, when you will study about the 19th century's India society, you will find that at that time India was facing several problems. While some were general problems like old education system, superstition, gender discrimination existed among the all people, whether it is Hindus or Muslims. So this type of problems existed in the Indian society. On the other hand, some problems like sati system, killing of girl child, casteism, untouchability, prohibition of widow remarriage, parda system, which existed among the which were some specific problems existed within certain communities or castes. And among these problems, sati system was the most brutal practice existed in most of the regions of northern India. And I think all of you know that under this system, the woman had to burn herself along with the dead body of her husband. Initially, the lady willingly sacrificed her life, but later on, with time, it become a forced practice. That means, if some ladies refuse to do that practice or refuse to follow that practice, then she was forcefully thrown to the that fire. Okay, so by this time, a section of young educated youth emerged in the Indian society who desperately wanted to end this kind of evil practice that existed in our society. As a result of which, several socio-religious movements began in 19th century India. And when you will study, you will find that there are two types of reform movements. One was known as reformist and another was revivalist. While these reformist leaders, they simply tried to reform their society by hook or crook, and they even did not hesitate to take the help from the British government. On the other hand, the revivalists, they did not want to follow the Western culture, and they simply tried to revive their rich culture, rich glory, ancient glory of Indian society. Thus, the various socio-religious movement develop in 19th century India, although they had a different methods, but their main aim was to reform and revive the Indian society. So we will start with the earliest reform movement that was led by Brahmo Samaj. I think all of you know the founder of the Brahmo Samaj was Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who is popularly known as the father of the modern India. Hailing from an orthodox Brahmin family, Raja Ram Mohan received Western education and he learned different languages like English, French, Greek, Sanskrit, Persian, and Arabic. The knowledge of different languages helped him to study the different religions, which ultimately made him very liberal. Raja Ram Mohan could realize that the society could not progress unless the social evils were removed. He therefore tried to educate the Indian people so that they could find out what is wrong, what is right. And to fulfill his dream, he even sought the help from the British government. But after his death, the two important leaders of Brahmo Samaj named Maharshi Devendranath Tagore and Keshav Chandra Sen took the responsibility of the Brahmo Samaj, and they successfully worked, carried on the activities of the society. And especially Keshav Chandra Sen, he was even able to take Brahmo Samaj out of Bengal. The important achievement of Brahmo Samaj was the spread of Western culture among the Hindus. The establishment of schools and colleges for both boys and girls was another important achievement of the Brahmo Samaj. Besides that, Samaj did a lot for upliftment of women. Brahmo Samaj was also able to pass act for the prohibition of sati system and also killing of girl child. And and the Samaj was also able to abolish the Pada system to some extent. The Brahmo Samaj also worked hard for the introduction of widow remarriage and successfully attacked casteism and untouchability. Raja Rammohan always opposed the idol worship. Even in fact, when you will study all the reformist movement of 19th century India, you will find that all these movements urged people to worship one God and asked them not to worship idols. Okay, they simply oppose the idol worshipping and always urged the people to worship one God. And like Brahmo Samaj, the Aligarh movement also tried to modernize the Muslim society. Being inspired by the religious movement of the Hindus, many Muslim leaders like Muslim leaders like Syed Ahmed Khan took interest in reforming their society. To educate the Muslims, he even set up a college at Aligarh in 1875, which later came to be known as the Aligarh Muslim University in 1920. While these two societies tried to reform their respective societies, the Arya Samaj established by Swami Dayananda Saraswati and Ram Krishna Mission established by Swami Vivekananda in the memory of his Guru Ram Krishna Paramhans tried to revive India's rich culture. Vivekananda even tried to spread Hindu culture throughout the world, for which he even visited USA, London, and delivered a series of lectures about the Vedanta philosophy of India. And he also delivered a very, very informative lecture at Chicago. Besides this, Vivekananda always spoke about the universal brotherhood and religious tolerance. Apart from this, the Theosophical movement led by an Irish lady named Annie Besant also tried to revive and strengthen the ancient culture and religions of India, which brought back pride and self-respect of the Indian people. Thus, all the leaders of the 19th century India belonged to different communities, tried to eliminate certain social evils existed in their respective societies, and they got success in this regard. And as a result of their efforts, many evils like sati system, killing of girl child, was prohibited or declared illegal. Due to their sincere effort, polygamy was also prohibited and widows were allowed to remarry. Condition of the depressed class was improved. The different socio-religious movement of 19th century not only reformed the Indian society but also greatly influenced the Indian politics and literature. In short, we can say that the socio-religious movement awakened the entire Indian society and took the country towards the national movement. Okay, students, I think you will be benefited with this discussion. And with that note, I would like to conclude. Thank you.